Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another week of racing here in the Artemis Esports Championship. Well, we are halfway through this incredible season so far here in TRS, and well, it's only going to be getting better. I'm Mark Greenhorn, and welcome back to AEC TRS. You've missed this voice for a little while. I know it's been a decent amount of time. I've been a little bit busier. Come Thursdays, but now we're okay. We're back. Rangers eliminated from Europa League. Haha, lol. Laugh all you want. I don't really care. Anyway, yes, welcome back, everyone. Happy to be back. Actually, to be honest with you, I've missed a lot of fantastic races from what I've seen from everyone else. I'm just gonna try and pull up a quick track map here and also have a look at the grid. You'll be reason we have 19 people in the lobby. TTM Furious is missing from said grid right now. I'm not sure where he is. I'm trying to get in contact with Mr. Furious at some point. Anyway, AlphaTauri's out nice and early, Mr. Novice Racing David, and then VR Gabor out nice and early for Novice Racing. Yeah, very much. Tell you what, it has been quite a good last few races here in AEC, and the championship is really shaping up. You might be wondering where the hell's all the graphics, Josh? We have a little intro and stuff. Inflation. Inflation is the answer to that question. Unfortunately, we've cancelled off Lightstream. They're charging far too much nowadays. We're going to start rioting soon, and then we might bring it back. But for now, we are dealing without it, and I'm pretty sure it's not a big loss. You've still got the same commentators, and you've still got these incredible drivers out in front of you. One here being MVR Gabor. He's going to be out nice and early. Let's see what Gabor can do for us here. Here we go then, coming up the straight, getting himself going for what will be his first qualifying lap here for round number 7. As I said, halfway through the season already, and it's absolutely flying by. Gabor then, we'll go on board with him, so he goes on down the straight, just hitting the start finish line there, down towards turn 1 here at the Senna S at turn 1, 2 and 3. They all come at you quite quickly, holding 4th gear all the way through for Gabor. Some drivers might go 3rd, short shift into 4th gear with a bit more rotation and a better exit as well, but Gabor holding it all the way through the curve of the Sol at turn 3, now towards turn 4 of the Sierra del Lago, keeping it nice and tight on our right hand side. You want to avoid the grass on entry though, as you know the grass will lock up those tyres at the front and make you not able to make the corner. But Gabor doing it nicely through turn 5 there, now through turn 6 at Ferradura, through turn 7 now and turn 8 at Laranjina. I tell you what, these are very, very Brazilian corners. I've just realised, goodness me, this is not great being Scottish, but it's been dealt with, it's been dealt with. 2nd gear, 3rd gear for Gabor, back up the hill at turn number 11 here at the Bico de Pato. One of these tougher corners of the track. You don't get that one right, you keep sent spinning there at the right hand side wall, but he's got a bit of traffic ahead that won't bother him too much. He comes to the final proper corner there at Juncal and back onto the straight now. Up the climb he comes in, 747 metres of altitude here at Brazil. He climbs all the way up this hill. DRS open for a decent amount of time to assist on overtake, or even better, finish off a good qualifying lap. Here comes Gabor then across the line now for MVR. A 7.453 is nothing to complain about for the Novice Racing driver. What a start for NVR Gabor, exactly we are used to seeing from Novice Racing, and yeah, we better be getting used to that today. Let's have a look then. How was Dawid getting on his lap? He's finishing off as well. Rookie MVR Dawid, but his Novice Racing car in behind his teammate, of course, it's only a 7.9 for MVR Dawid. Struggling early on is the Polish driver. Where is the Aston Martin of BRT? They are just starting a lap. That is BRT Lou, 2nd place here with a 7.5. Where's the next? Alfa Romeo looks to be TF10 Dan J. Can Dan J put a lap together? He can't yet. It is going to be just finishing off his lap now. Actually, it's going to have confused them both. I'm getting confused with the drivers here. Dan J across the line, 4th place for TF10 Dan J as well. Who's next is that Liam Hardman, 8.3 for Liam Hardman. Sasha Andre, 7.8. The Red Bull of Ogwin, 7.6. And then the McLaren of TTM Alessin across the line now, 2nd place for a lesson, breaking the 0.4 barrier and into 2nd place. It goes a lesson. Great start for some of these teams. But Shizou Venom, what a lap! Up to the top of the charts, 7.351 is your benchmark to beat XR Ablett into 11th there with an 8.0. As a pit stop for MVR Gabor, who is left on a lap. Is that CRF1 Easton? It is indeed CRF1 Easton on a flying lap here for ATX. Well, what a start to qualifying it's been so far, ladies and gentlemen. Shizou Venom breaking the 0.3s. Gabor in a lesson, just tucking in behind there, about a 10th off in 2nd, and they're with that 4 they've got as well. So, yeah, really good start to qualifying. What else can we talk about? I guess we can have a look at the standings then, as I was going to say. Yes, a very interesting season it is starting to shape up to be. Bunga Racing Team on top, as it was this point last season. BRT lead the way on 168 points. Second place, TF10, actually on 157 points now, after a very, very silly minus 3-point deduction, but Easton 12th there with an 8.1. But third place though, Top Tier Motorsport 143 points. Fourth place, Novice Racing 137 points, and sneaking up there in fifth place is Future Racing Team 133 points. They're having a great season so far. Let's see if they can continue today. Team Shizou making that climb back to the top here with 101 points. ATX 98 points. They are chasing down Shizou for that sixth place. Into the back here, FG on 41 points, AMS on 25 points, and TIR on 10 points. Well, this is only going to get better for now. That's Simba Rocks 1 jump up into 5th place there. I believe it was Simba Rocks 1. It is indeed Simba Rocks 1. What a lap, my friend. I've seen FG down in 8th place currently with 40 points. Simba Rocks 1 is completely denying a lot of these allegations. He's going to try and get it done for them. A 5th place start would be something of very admirable for the FGE man. AMS Party, though, is also on a lap currently as well. But, yeah, bit of a slower start to qualify, and everyone back in the pits getting themselves sorted. I'm going to guess it's a dry race. I did see someone saying boring dry race, so I believe it is. Full dry race is something to really look forward to. We had a wet race in Tier 1 that went the way of FGE with Mr. F1 Maxi. Pulling up a very, very good result there for the FGE team. I tell you what, absolutely flying on assists right now. They're trying to see if they can replicate that today with what would be a fantastic win in Brazil. Goodness me, AMS Partick now. He did Tier 1 yesterday. How's he going to do today then? DRS opens up for AMS Partick. Across the lane he comes, 7.9 for Partick there, and Alien Motorsport. FRT Sam, is he on a lap? He is indeed on a lap currently for Future Racing Team. They sit 5th place currently, chasing down 4th. They are very, very, very close actually to that battle for 3rd place with MVR and with not ATX, it's TF10, TTM, sorry, as well, but FRT Sam has actually backed out of this qualifying lap. Our drivers, by the way, do need to be careful of their pit lane shenanigans. There is some pit lane rules implicated. It's all about the left-hand side. You cannot cross on the right, is what I believe it was. And finally, Furious shows up. Finally, well done, Furious. You found your way into the lobby somehow. TF10 today, he is on his first flying lap as well. No banker set so far for the Romanian. Picked up his first win in CTC last Saturday as well in Bahrain. He's going to see if he can replicate that as it was last Saturday here today for TF10, who are in a championship fight. Not used to saying that on the Xbox side, but no, definitely they're in the championship fight here in AEC. How can Today react to these laps though? He can go to the top with TF10 today. A 7.3. Genzi FEP just popped a boner. That is for sure, because Today to the top and TF10 lead the way so far. Oh, if anyone's wondering, by the way, why is he talking so much? We are waiting on Mr. Old Bobberts. Bobberts is currently doing EOR. I think EOR has just finished, so Bobberts will be on his way, I believe. I'll just invite him quickly whilst there's no laps going on, whilst he's just recovering from that race. You can ask him how it went and stuff. I didn't actually see the result. If anyone can let me know in the chat, that would be greatly appreciated. Too many things to keep up with nowadays. So let's have a look. Who is on a lap then? BRT Lou, is he on a flying lap? He is indeed. Starting off a flying lap attempt here is Bunga Racing Team Lou going through this NS there. Nice and tidily it seemed through that first side. The bunny is here! He's back. He's in the party chat. How are you, Mr. ESV Bobberts? He's not talking to me, guys. It could be a bad. It could have been a bad race in EOR. I'm not sure.
Hello.
Hello, Bobberts. How are you?
Annoyed.
Annoyed. Oh, that is not what we want to hear. Make sure your audio's included for the stream. Please tell me how it went.
It was looking so good actually. I did bottle pole, which is nothing new for me. But running P5, safety car came out, and then it just went downhill. It just started raining. I decided to go on the softs. Actually, to be fair, the inters were overheating. Everyone had to repit again, but unfortunately, I didn't react in time when the safety car was coming in. I thought everyone was still going full pelt, and I tried to brake, didn't brake in time, and unfortunately I hit the back of Liam. So I picked up wing damage, so to do an extra stop.
Who won the race? Can I didn't see.
Azem won on track, but on penalties it was Gatkowski.
Bloody Mike Wazowski again, honestly. He keeps winning nowadays.
Yeah. 83 thousandths from a circle called Mr. Furious, who has now obviously just joined the lobby.
Yeah, that is commitment, I'll tell you that much, because they've just took up bloody -3 points for him, so they better provide for him now. Sacha Andre across the line there, improving to a 7.7. It's been a slow start, but you'll be happy to see Shizu 2-3. Currently, Boberts, Venom in second place with 7.3, and Ogween with a 7.4 so far. So, it's been a great start for Team Shizu. Venom currently on a flying lap. He's invalidated. Says flying lap. Actually, no, he's not. He's on an outlap. That's my mistake. The game has completely sent me there. He's on an outlap so far. How's TTM Lesson getting on? He's coming for the final sector now. Where can a Lesson go? He's had a big mistake in his lap. He's 3.8 seconds down. There'll be no improvement for a Lesson. Dan J across the line, a 10th up and only a 7.5 though. So improvements are coming, Bobbert, so far. But it looks to me right now, Toody is leading the way.
It certainly is, as I'm now in the lobby and now spectating, just to watch Sibrox originally go P7 before Kazi then managed to demote him up into P4. As Sam puts a 10th.5 on the entire field with a .19. That's a great effort there from the FRT man, who's been honestly been on fire these last few weeks.
Yeah, what a lap there from Sam in the mid part of the session. 7.197 will be a hard time to beat. Venom's just invalidated there in the middle sector. Coming up the hill just after Ferradura there, he just got a little bit wide and caught the curb on entry. He's invalidated his lap. How is Gabor getting on? He hasn't invalidated. Where can he put his Alfred Towery? Really close to the limits there. Through turn 9, up through turn 11 now at the Bico de Pato. Going back down the hill through Mergulo. These are some confusing names by the way, Bob. Being Scottish is not easy. It's not easy pronunciations, but we'll get used to it. Gabor's 2.5 tenths up though. A purple middle sector for MVR Gabor. Can he find the time now? Going down the straight for Novice Racing and put it to the top and beating FRT Sam's time. DRS opens up now for the Hungarian. Through Sabina the box says he goes. He's got DRS all the way down the straight. Gabor across the line, a .214. Very close to Sam, but not enough to beat him.
Indeed, and well, it's a great, decent effort as Sam's teammate, typical, currently unlucky spot of P13, actually decided not to finish his lap, obviously not happy with something that's happened there, but I thought honestly that Gabor was just going to go ahead of the Mercedes driver, but obviously not, and it is still Sam that leads the way as David crosses the line and goes into P7. I mean, look how close that is. I mean, you got 3 drivers there from P5 to P7, separated by 100th. It's very, very close. Yeah,
David going again, actually, from what I've just seen. He's still sat in 7th place, but he must know himself. He is half a 10th up in that first sector. That's enough to jump him up into 5th place ahead of Shizu Ogween. You've currently got yourself a really close gap at the front here. Invalidation. As I've just seen there, runs a little bit wide at a corner you don't usually run wide at.
He's obviously tried to open the corner up as much as he can, and well, that's a bit of a rookie mistake there from Davy, but never mind. I mean, he'll have one more attempt. He'll get back into the pits. Obviously, still got 4.5 minutes to go. We're going to have a minute or so of a lull. But Gergo's still yet to set a lap time at the moment for AMS, who obviously, unfortunately, down at the bottom end of the field at the moment. But honestly, I could still see any one of the top 10, top 11 people still on for a chance of pole position here.
Yeah, I wouldn't write it off. Every single driver is in the pits. There's a McLaren on his way out. It looks to be Mr. TTM Furious. It's indeed Furious. And very much lack of practice, you could say so. I'm not sure what's happened to who originally it was for TTM. I don't actually know who it was. I completely forgot who they had.
Your guess is as good as mine. I can't remember either.
Just check if they changed it in TRS lineups. Let me see. TRS.
I think you did.
Lineup submission. Oh, it was Joseph Hales they had originally.
Oh.
And he's pulled out, so unfortunate for them. They got a -3 points, but they have subbed in Furious, which arguably you could say, no offense to Joseph Hales, but that is quite a big substitution.
It certainly is, yeah. That is definitely. I mean, this is obviously no offense to Joseph whatsoever, but you know, Furious is a better, quicker driver. But the fact, he's just done a league race, he's now jumping into another one. It's that's commitment for your team, isn't it? If that's, give that guy a promote. I hope, Tez, you're gonna pay him after this, because the man is, he's doing the best for your team here.
It's not B Hill, Bobbers. Goodness me.
Hey, I'm just saying.
He might pay him. The double header, or maybe he wanted to do this race. That's why I said put him in. I'm not sure. Anyway, though, final laps coming in now. 2 minutes 58 left in the session. XR Ablett for FG. He's got his teammate Simbarox 1 up in 9th place so far, 7.523 for the other half of FG so far. Ablett done with an 8.0. Even a 2/10th improvement, Bob, which can put him in a position of, even a P14, which is in the points.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, it's well, obviously still a play for as that is Dan with a illegal blocking, and that. Do you know what? That's actually by his own teammate as well. That's with his own teammate. No excuses there. I think personally, I think he should take that quali ban because they should know better. But Ablett, quarter of a second up already through the first sector, so obviously he's got a lot of time to find. Hopefully he can through the middle part and the last sector. Aston Martin then the right hand side completely getting out of the way. Takes a lot. Personally, I think that takes a lot of curb on the inside to what I would probably do. But again, I'm not racing this. It's how he does it. He's gone very deep there through whatever corner that is. I'm sure you've got them up. And Gabor has decided that he's going to join into the fun and make it a double illegal blocking.
Oh, well, we're restarting anyway.
Exactly. Again, with his own teammate. Oh, Jesus. That's a car park.
Oh,
that's a car park.
Oh, no.
Well.
Oh, no.
That,
XR Ablett.
Mr. Chudy there. That's, yeah, not very nice.
Goodness me. Today, what's going on? The rear view mirror's also not been on for that man in the qualifying. Goodness me. Dangerous stuff going on there. Furious getting himself set up for what will be his final lap attempt. Who is actually on a lap? BRT Lou is on a lap here, Bob. It's the middle sector. He is up half a tenth in the first sector. That's enough to put him up into around P8, almost P7. He finds a bit more time. He got another block here. Alpine blocked him as well.
Oh my goodness there. Or Easton. I don't know who it was. The answer is it's Easton. The lobby host himself. No, again, his mirror is... Well, he's older than I am, so clearly he's not looking where he's going. Get him off the road.
No, definitely not. What has went wrong there? Today is backed out of his lap. That's today over for the session, I believe. He may have a bit more time. Actually, he may have just enough time to get through. Simbarox is finished. Bob, we know Lou was just blocked. How's his teammate getting on? He's half a tenth up in the first sector. Hopefully he can avoid getting blocked now. That's 2 people we've watched and 2 have been blocked so far. Goodness sake.
Well,
what is going on?
Got Dan finishing his lap, Ross. He's only half a tenth up through the middle sector. Can he find more time in the final sector? The answer is yes, but only up to P8. As
not finding the time,
his next lap.
Unfortunately. Oh, Lou and Ratiron as well. Carshay's half a tenth up in the middle sector. He had a massive snap on the exit of Pinarino through turn number 9. Coming towards the end of the lap now, just turned through turn 14. On the straight he goes in. Can Carshay jump any higher than 6th for BRT? They lead the championship now. Will they lead after Brazil? Carshay across the line. It's 5th at best for the Northern Irishman. How can Tudi get on? He's just starting off his final flying lap. How's Gabor doing? He's a purple middle sector. Can Gabor be the man to trump FRT Sam of pole? The session's now over, so the final laps we get from people. Gabor now has a chance to put it to the top of the session. Gabor across the line now. It's top of the session for MVR Gabor. 1.5 tenths. But can Sam find any more time? He looks to be down currently on his time. He's going to see if he can find it in the final sector now. FRT Sam for a chance at a front position. He doesn't improve. 1.5 down. Looks to be P2 at best. How's TF10 Tudi getting on? In the middle sector. Ogwin into 3rd place. So close there for Team Chizou. Venom has unfortunately lost 1/10 in that middle sector, so looks to be 5th at best for him himself.
Less than 10.5 up. Only 6th. I thought it'd be more than that. Lost time.
Unfortunately. Oh! As we jump on board with Tudi for the final sector, a massive snap on the exit of the Pico de Pato. He is half a tenth up though, so it could be maybe just at the front of the second row here for TF10 Tudi, but a 4th at best it seems for him. If anyone else can find any more time in their laps, it doesn't look to be it so far. Tudi though, can he find much more time in his lap for Team TF10? Across the line he comes, he finds time, but not enough to go anywhere higher than 4th place.
Sasha just ran out of fuel across the line. That's I don't know if he was actually up in his time, but that was I've definitely joined at the right point. A chaotic end, 2 blockings, and in the end, Gabor steals it from Sam.
What a finish to qualifying session it was. I mean, 2 blocks alone was something that was not expected. But MVR Gabor, I said it at the start, I thought he was going to get pole position. I tell you what, he has flew to the top there, around half a tenth clear of an FRT Sam, first row, 2nd place, or should I say, Ogwin in 3rd, and TF10 Tudi 4th as well. What a good, strongest team though, being Team Chizou, Bob. It's 3rd and 5th. It's a very positive start for you.
Well, let's hope that both Ogwin and Venom don't have a catastrophic race near enough to what myself and Elite had. So yeah, fingers crossed that these guys can get a good result for us. I mean, we didn't do too badly last time out, as we continue our recovery after the very poor first 3 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the standings alone, you've just hit the 100 points mark. I mean, you know yourself, it was a disappointing start, but slowly but surely, the recent results have picked up, and it's looking like a really strong middle part of the season for you. I mean, this all on the load, having a driver in third, driver in fifth is very positive already. You know the points scored in AEC is quite high, so even a third and a fifth is a chance to jump yourself maybe even into that top three fight as early as now.
Oh, definitely. I mean, obviously, we do need a little bit of luck, I guess you could say, every now and then, and hopefully, in the races to come, that we will get that. But, yeah, I mean, at least I think we did jump a position in the standings. Really, indeed we did. Getting ahead of ATX, but still got a bit of a gap to close in on the top five. But we've still got, well, even after tonight, there's still half a season to go. Anything can happen.
Yeah, absolutely indeed. Now, Bob, we've got a bit of time here to kill, so we'll have a bit of a podcast a bit now. We'll have a look at looking at the TRS standings, right? You've got, first and second separated by 11 points now due to TF10's stupid -3 they've received.
Yep.
TTM in third place, of course, Novice Racing in fourth place. Looking at where we are now, you've got another 7 rounds to go. What's your predictions for the final standings? Who do you think the top five is going to be more specifically?
Right. Well, top five. Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, at the moment, TF10 have been the informed team the last 2 races. Um, can they continue that for the rest of the season? Time will only tell. I mean, if you look at the tracks, but I think personally, I do see. I think NVR will still come out on top. I just think that their lineup is just a bit stronger than everybody else's. It's only marginal, but I think just a couple of drivers in particular, I just think trump a few others. So I'm going to go with MVR. I'll go with the BRT second. I'm actually going to be bold here. I'm going to put Shizu third. I
Oh,
think we can get that top three. That's our goal is to recover and get up to third, and then I'll go for a TTM fourth and TF10 P5.
that is bold. I think that's fair to
It's
say. That was quite bold. I did not
It
expect a
is very
TF10
bold,
being there.
and it's almost as bold as the bet that I made with Kenzie last week. I think it was no Monday night, sorry, where I said that TF10 will not finish. It might have been last week actually. Will not finish 1-2. Um, and in the end, they finished first and third. So my £10 was safe thanks to my own driver. It was very sketchy at one point. It was getting too close for comfort, but excuse me. Thankfully, a hold up in the pits, having to double stack for going onto different tyre compounds really did help. So my money was safe, and I had full confidence in my driver. You know,
Fair enough. I mean, I think you've always got to back your own team in every situation. I'm looking at the standings, and it's more recent results that are throwing me a bit. TF10's 1-3 said last week in Baku was something to remember. Joe Murphy, of course, winning but picking up penalties in the end. I mean, ATX getting 30 points as well is kind of, you just never know. But look at the standings now. I'm gonna say, I don't know. I'm so struck because it's quite close. But I don't know why I see an MVR comeback, and I think that MVR will just come and retain the title in first.
yeah,
I'm gonna say BRT holds second, TF10 third, uh, TTM fourth, and Team Shizu finish fifth, but not by a lot. I think it's gonna be very close in all that midfield. To be honest with you.
yeah. I think you're right. I mean, there's obviously if you include tonight, we've still got eight races still to finish. It is anyone's game. I think we both obviously we have both agreed that MVR will still come out on top. Maybe as you said, for your reason, for my reason. I think in the end, though, it's just I think they just got the slightly better team. So it'd be interesting to see. Obviously, the fact that you go with my team as P5 again. I'm not gonna disagree if they or be too sad. I guess if we did end up finishing there, but obviously we could just blame it on the poor start to the season, and it's just been a too much of a recovery. But anyway, the season's young. There's still a long way to go. Just have to wait and see what happens because anything can happen. A few great or bad results here and there can swing the whole thing one way or another.
Yeah, I mean, your start to the season is definitely something to highlight. Picked up 20 points in the first three races.
In
So
fact,
that
I think in
is,
two races we only picked up what, a point in them or 2 points in them or something.
you picked up one in round one, round two you had 17, round three you had two,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
and then you had 17 again in round four. So I'm not sure what actually happened in those four rounds, but you just liked getting
I
bad
do remember
points.
the first
17
round because that's my first
commentating,
commentary, I
right?
think, and Venom I think was in a good position, but killed himself and I think somebody else. And Arch I think was killed, or no, Arch spun by himself on the first lap at turn three. I remember that now. So that was their own doing. Round two, I think we only had one car finish decently. Round three, I don't remember. I don't have a clue what happened that race. I hope you
I,
know,
I,
because because like I said,
I
I don't
was.
remember.
What was that? Was that France?
No, round three was Zandvoort.
Zan? I think was I? I can't really remember. No, I can't really remember. Who won in France? It was Zambars. Let's double check. It was an MVR Gabor win. Stonks got third. Lou got second. I don't. Was I there for that? I can't remember. Honestly, I can't remember. My mind's like yours. Honestly,
Yeah.
old.
Well, I know that I'm looking back at it.
Getting it
Lurch
with them.
retired, so and Mick was down. Oh, that's it. M Racer got, I think, taken out in that race. So I think we've been unlucky a couple of times, but we've also, um, caused some of our own doing. So, but I think, like I said, the last few races have been better. Baku should have been better than what it was. I mean, Alwyn getting at P2 was a great result, but Mick, unfortunately, um, caused his own doing. He went deep, I think, into turn three when we were 1-2 on the safety car restart. And yeah, it could have been a double podium, or it should have been a double podium, but that was so those points lost there. But Elite won at Spain, and that was, I think, the start of the revival, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I mean, it's as you say, stuff like that. You just need those bounce back races, and it seems like that for Team Suzuka currently. You just need those consistent results of podium and
Mm.
high points. And I think if you just keep having those results, it's going to be one of those seasons where in the end you might end up in like a very close championship fight, maybe out the back end of a championship fight, mind you. But uh, yeah, I don't know how. Wait, no, how the heck's there a PS driver in here? I've just seen the grid.
Yeah,
How
yeah,
the
we do
hell's
have a
this?
PS driver. Yeah, who's Sonny?
How's Human Son joined?
Answer. Oh, who's Dukey Luke?
Oh, Tricky, look! I didn't even see him.
He's now become Furious's teammate.
Yeah. Hold on, I'll tell Mr. Dan J to kick them.
uh,
Oh my goodness me.
Essentially.
Let's
But
try and
hang
get the
on,
chat involved. If
why
you
is
wanna,
Dan the host?
Easton couldn't make a lobby, apparently.
Uh,
Not sure what happened there. Yeah,
Interesting.
Easton couldn't make a lobby, so we're just waiting on Dan to fix the lobby up and also get rid of the PS guy, which he's done successfully. So we're just waiting on uh, who are we waiting on? Get rid of Juki Luke first of all, and then
Well, it'd be a
let
TTM driver, won't it?
yeah, I know it's AMS. ETTM's in.
Oh, are they? Hang on.
Curious, is there a lessons actually in a lesson just in a different? Is there a lesson? I thought he was in. No, he just said there. Someone stole his car.
Oh yeah, he's in an AlphaTauri. Yeah, so yeah, not entirely sure. Well, Duke Luke is still here. Um, and now he's not. There we go.
I'll see we'll see what the chat says. So look at the standings. If you can see them in the Twitch chat, let us know. What do you think will be win the championship? Who steals the second and the third? The TF10 hold out. The BRT keep the lead of the reign, or does MVR make a comeback, or does Team Shizou just decide to show up as well? That would be something to remember for them if that did happen. I'm just making sure Dan has the grid. I'm not sure he does. I'm
That'll be interesting.
confused.
Let's have a
Dan kind of
let's
just
just have a random grid. Why not? I think we should genuinely. Oh, someone's gone. I think we should actually maybe genuinely do that for a race. It's just have a random grid, and it is what it is.
I guess that would be fun if probably not actually. No, that's not a good idea now I think about it.
No. Oh.
Because it's just always people complaining.
Well,
Reverse
yeah,
grid
but it
maybe.
is. Yeah, reverse grid, perhaps. Just call it whatever it does. I mean, we do. I do. In the Forza leagues, I do some of them. That some of them randomly you'll have a reverse grid, and you don't know when it's going to be. So
Yeah, we are waiting on an AMS. I think it is. I don't know who is AMS actually. Let me just double check. Who are we missing from this? It is Mr. AMS Gergo. Don't know who. Don't know who we're waiting on. It's always this stuff that annoys me. It's the holding up. It's just the waiting. Constantly waiting. Trying to
this is
think
why,
who we.
we don't have these issues if I'm hosting.
That's true.
Just like in the last race, there was no blocking. Nothing happened. We got
Exactly.
going. It all went on time.
I think we should ask questions about the next round bowlers. That's quite an interesting one. Las Vegas being introduced to the
Yeah,
AEC
won't be
calendar
there.
for the first
Not,
time. It's
I won't be racing that. Not a chance.
that is that is profound as a PS track, which luckily we don't have PS drivers in this, so we can now we can see how it is with all Xbox drivers. The top drivers have really come out in that, but you've done Las Vegas already. You'll know what it's like. What do we actually expect? I've not commented on a single Las Vegas race.
Um, a lot of DRS mind games, especially on the last lap. If anybody has seen either World Legacy Division or even just any WR race, well, any race in general, at Las Vegas, yeah, DRS games is something to watch out for, especially if there's a big train, obviously. The DRS is very powerful, as you'd expect, with the, what is it, how over a 1 mile long straight. Um, Also, Carnage. But again, can get that anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, it's profound to have last lap shenanigans. I know I've seen them in World and I've seen them in everywhere. Especially if it's a late safety car. That late safety car in World was quite an interesting ending, to say the least. I mean, Chizu's had a lot of success in Vegas. Was it
Yes,
last season, last round in World? Just clutched up third place. That was
indeed.
So, is it possible for a Shizu win on next week?
Um, I'll be honest, I can't remember exactly who is going to be racing for us.
I
I
think it
think I
was both
remember.
PS drivers, to be honest with you, but I think that's. But I'm just gonna
Oh,
try
they
and put
were.
Shizu
Oh,
into
yeah,
it.
they were both PS drivers. Yeah, but in terms of for here, for AC for Xbox, then I think I know who would be doing it. But I again, I can't really say. I don't know what the pace is or anything. We can only just wait and see and just hope for the best, really. But yeah, I mean, if we had Macho, then Macho's just insanely good at Vegas. I don't know what it is, but that seems to be if up there as one of his best tracks.
Uh, well, it came in clutch a lot of times, and then now you're gonna ask
Mm.
on. I don't even know who you're gonna ask. Honestly, it's not really a. Is it a pad track? I don't really
No,
know how to. No,
no,
I don't really
it's
know
not
how
a
to
bad track
look
at
at
all.
it. I've
No,
I've driven it.
I think I remember who Smeg was thinking is to put in it, but um, I don't want to say it just for the sake of it. It could be completely wrong,
Yeah, I mean,
or to give
we
anything
can.
away,
I
obviously.
guess we can talk about also the fact we've got new T-Res rosters coming in after this week. Obviously, the halfway point. New rosters are coming in for the next week. MVR early birds once again to their submitting lineups and stuff like that. They've already got their roster in, and it includes an MVR Nick in that
Oh,
roster. They have changed out. I'll just double check who they changed out. I believe it was. Let me just double check. Was it? I can't even remember now. I'm trying to find the grid. Here we go. Yeah, they took out Drobble, took out Magician, and they took out Ogween, but they already took out Ogween anyway. But they took out Drobble, and they took out Magician, and they brought in NVR Nick. Cause they
looks
all
like we're
know
going
Nick.
with 19.
Yeah, the AMS driver's wheel broke.
Oh,
So
that explains that.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't think apparently he wasn't even in quality.
Oh,
I
oh,
didn't
wasn't
even.
that? Oh,
Yeah, I didn't even pick
oh,
that up.
maybe he
But yeah,
retired. Perhaps he retired.
no, he didn't. He wasn't in the lobby apparently. Oh well, whatever's happened happened. He's not in the race there for AMS or one driver down. Yeah, no, everyone's saying that. Kenzie's saying, why is Nick in it? Why is Nick on MVR roster? Fuck off. Well, they wanted him in, Kenzie. Unfortunately, I don't know what you want us to do about it. Need to just deal with it. Everyone will be updating the rosters this week. We'll have a good talking point at least next week when it comes to Vegas. See what they've all got, who's been brought in. I know there's going to be a lot of people finally getting added to rosters after moving teams, but we'll see. We'll see how it all ends up when they are now finally loading into the race. I believe it was like dynamic weather. We are dry. We are dry. Sun's out here in Interlagos. Don't
Boring.
worry.
See, again, this is where if I host, I bring the weather.
I guess. I guess that's one
Well,
way to put
I
it.
did it. I did an EOR just earlier. I brought
That's
the
yeah,
mixed conditions.
that's true. Softs in the wet. That was a good call.
Do you know what? I was gaining for a little bit,
Yeah, a little bit.
but
And then you realised the rain was coming.
I mean, obviously, I wish I never made that stupid mistake. Now, obviously, hitting the back of Liam, because thinking about it now, and I know I was on inters at that point, but if I actually stayed out on softs and then pitted for inters, I think actually that was the strat to go for, because it everyone had to pit again anyway because of they were overheating their tires and the tire wear was just insane.
Moments you always look back on, Bobbers. Moments you always look back on. I'll give you a rundown then of the grid you have see in front of you. MVR Gabor is on pole for novice racing. FRT Sam up alongside him on the second row. Shizu Ogwin, not MVR Ogwin, Shizu Ogwin and TF10. Today Venom and a lesson lining up in the third row, and Carsey and typical Dawid and Furious round out the top 10 with Danji, Simbarots 1, BRT Lou and a Jacob Bauer for TIR coming in that final point scoring position. ATX have himself a 15th and 16th place with Sasha Andre, who scored so many good points on last week down in 15th place. Liam Harbin in 17th, Partick in 18th, Ablett in 19th. Bob was looking at the grid. Who do you back for the win?
I'm actually gonna back one of my guys. Surprise, surprise. Um, just saying that every time I've done that, that generally it has been with Mick, and it hasn't gone well. But this time I have full confidence. So I'm gonna go with an odd queen P1, followed by a Gabor P2, and because I think he'll clutch it and he'll get two podiums in one night, a furious P3.
Yeah, well, we've had Brazil on the TRS calendar once before, and that was converted a pole position by Mr. PSR Wilson. So pole position, one of the stronger points to be on a 43% win rate once you're on pole here in Brazil. And you also have a 36% chance of winning. That's the lowest of any F1 track. So this is a chance here for Gabor to pick up major points in the championship fight with BRT, TF10 and TTM as well. Shizu, as you said, in about that fight in third and fifth. Honestly, this race could go either way. We should be getting going very, very soon, ladies and gentlemen. Please get your predictions in the Twitch chat. Who do you think is going to win the race? Who do you think is going to have and all of a sudden score a podium? That would be something to really look forward to. Tudi could get really involved in that fight. Could Jacob pick up any more points for a Total Impact Racing team who are down all the way in 10th place? They're only coming in after a few races, scored 9 points last time out. We're looking to try to do the exact same thing today here in Brazil. Here we go then. Finally, we are getting all the drivers ready on the grid. Gabor alongside FRT Sam. Sam in second, Gabor in first. They all roll away and we go lights out here in Brazil. Gabor gets a flying start there ahead of Sam. Sam's already alongside him. Thinking about the inside move. He's going to be alongside him at turn number 1. Sam's going to go for the lead early on. He's going to round the outside into the NIS. Into turn 2 and 3 they go. Then Gabor makes a mistake. And through goes Sam. Sam takes the lead of the race. On the exit, the NIS. Tudi goes through to second place. Gabor, big mistake early on. He's down at the third place. All going to think of chances. TF10 Tudi go for the lead of the race. And Tudi's going to get the lead of the race. Tudi already leading the race for Team TF10. What a start it is. Gabor wobbling again. Ogwin in fourth. Venom in fifth.
Indeed, yeah, fantastic start there as Furious now making a move on there. David going through the double right-hander, but yeah, Tudi has gone for the soft tyres. That's why he had that great initial launch already getting ahead of Venom. And as we got a bit of carnage actually with the second soft tyre driver of Lou in the midfield, and it's carnage all the way back down through the midfield there, Ross. That's David almost hitting the back of the McLaren there.
So close in this mid pack, as you said. But was Dawid on the outside now of BRT Lou. Lou trying to fight on those soft component tyres as he should be. He needs to make them work. Dawid's been hit wide there again. He's been put on the curb. He smacked just into the corner. But I believe it might be Dan J. But Jacob's been overtaken there by Simbaros. Simbaros is back behind Jacob. They're kind of battling away down that straight. At the front now is FRT Sam and Gabor. Gabor going to get back into second place of FRT Sam. Tudi though has already broken away Bobbers. A second gap almost on Gabor. Once that DRS comes into play, that's going to be crucial.
It definitely is. He's burning that battery, I think, as much as he can. Obviously, these soft tyres will last so long. Obviously, at least he's got the beauty of it being a brand new set of soft tyres now. But look at that. There he goes. He's broken the DRS from Gabor, who's got ahead of Sam. And this could be a long day for these drivers if they're going to try and catch the TF10 man. But it is early days. You know, I expect those soft tyres to drop off after about 8 laps, I'd say. And then the hard tyres will come into play. But they don't want that gap to be, too substantial, or else, Tudi could just romp away with it.
Yeah, 2D really making those soft tyres work. 1.5 seconds clear of MVR. Gabor now up at the front. FRT Sam just tucking it behind still as well. This DRS train slowly forming. BRT Lou getting moves done now in FRT typical. Now up in ninth place goes the Aston Martin car for Bunga Racing Team, the only car currently. Uh, really trying to fight away in that midfield pack. We know Turi's already made that gap. He's burned a lot of his battery though. BRT Lou having to do the same here in ninth place. He's got the McLarens with Furious and a lesson ahead. Furious on such a short notice, up in 8th place so far as well, but it looks to me to have the hard compound of tyre as the preferred selection. Look at Carson being overtaken there as well by a lesson. I think it might have been a mistake there by the Northern Irishman into the CNS, but he's back in 7th place now. He might fancy his overtake on TTM a lesson, who does have some ERS and a bit of DRS to help him out, but nothing really happening down the straight. Still Tootie leading the way.
Indeed, yes, yeah. Chuddy's gap obviously now just ticking over 2 seconds now ahead of Gabor, and well, yes, Harv, in answer to your Judy's battery, the fact is he's still got about half his battery left, but obviously he has been using it compared to Gabor, obviously to try and pull that gap. But expect, I don't expect that gap to grow too much more in the next lap or two. But obviously we'll keep an eye out. Otherwise, everybody else down from second to last is in one massive DRS train.
A lesson. Furious thought about the move on Carsey there, going down the inside, didn't make it happen, kind of just clanked the side of his side pod. Now he's got a big chance here for his teammate BRT Lou to use that extra grip on the soft component tire, using the battery early on the exit of turn number 13 through 14 he goes then. He's going to be really close to the back of TTM Furious come the DRS into play, not burning his battery mind you, so he doesn't really fancy getting past now, but FRT Sam swap position with Gabor up for second and third. Once again, BRT Lou not really making the soft tyre work early on.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, he's another driver who's burned quite a bit of his battery, obviously, to make those places. He has gained places. He's gained, what's he gained? Go on, lead. Position change. He's gained 4 places, so it's not a bad start from lead, but obviously, as you said, maybe expect him to be a little bit higher up. But obviously, now everyone's got the DRS, it's going to be a lot more difficult. If you're going to get these soft tyres to work, you've literally got the first 2 laps to make as many overtakes as you can, and then it's just going to be one big DRS train, as Furious was actually, I think, having a little look on the inside of his teammate Kazi there. But everyone seems to be settling apart from towards the back of the field, where it looks like Liam and Ablett are getting a bit feisty with each other.
Yeah, kind of battling away at the back, just trying to see what they can do, getting in positions for what they can for their teams. But this massive DRS stream will only be getting bigger so far. Tootie's gap, by the way, 3 seconds on lap number 4. We know he's been burning battery. We know he's definitely in the faster tyre so far, but Sam and Gabor surely got to start working together here a little bit, try and cut that gap down a little bit more. Ogween fancying a move now on the back of Gabor. Sam and Gabor going wheel to wheel actually through the CNS. Sam going to swap positions with Gabor. Ogween just tucks back in behind for 4th place. Carsey and Furious as well battling away. It looks like Alesson's got ahead of Carsey, and Furious is still involved in that fight as well. How's Furious going? Is he going to burn away the battery? He is burning his battery. Going down the straight now towards the Sierra del Lago at turn number 4, number 5. Going to run the outside possibly. Looking at the outside lane on Carsey. Carsey's going to defend nicely and hold 7th place for now. Furious on the hard component tyre, making it work like the rest of them. He's currently sat just in between this TTM sandwiches. Carsey's got a lesson ahead of him, just got by, and then Carsey, Furious and Lou. There's a big battle here between 2 championship rivals.
Indeed, yeah, TTM versus BRT, great rivalry between them, and I think it's Lou that's trying to instigate the battling with obviously being on those soft compounded tyres. I mean, obviously, I think Gabor and Sam are just going to be swapping places with, try and not burn the battery too much and just alternate with the DRS. That gap on this lap has maintained at 3 seconds, so maybe we're starting to see the crossover ever so slightly between the soft and hard tyre runners. But they can't, they got to keep it out because obviously, Ogween and Venom very close in behind may want to try and capitalise on the move. As I think that's Furious once again trying to make a look for a move on Kazi, or maybe it was Lou trying to attack on Furious, but once again it's holding station single file.
Yeah, it was Lou, thought about the outside line into the CNIS. It switched to the inside, of course, at turn number 2 at the bottom of the hill, but he's just really struggling now, it seems. The soft component tire not working for him. He's burned all his battery, so making overtakes is just that little bit harder for him. And the hard component tire, of course, every single lap that goes are getting better and better and more gripped up to the race standard. So it's a tough call now for BRT Lou. He's got to try and think, does he try and help his teammate now and get him past Furious and playing a little bit of a mind games with him and try and see if he can hold him up a bit more, burn his tyres, burn his battery. But now it's just a case of, can Lou get past Furious with the battery that he's got? We know Furious is flashing down the straight, so possibly Lou and Furious haven't really, yeah, as Bob was saying, not really been saving the battery. They've been burning it massively trying to get past each other. No one's really been making any moves.
Exactly, and you just got to look behind, with typical in P10. Well, he was in the 80s. He's burnt quite a bit of his battery there for. I don't think he really needed to, with them in front of them, burning away again as a lesson. Just I think coming out of the stream there to maybe cool his engine a little bit. But yeah, you got Furious and Lou in particular really struggling with the battery. Both of them pretty much harvesting. And are going to be so much slower down the straight. So they've got to be sensible now. They've got to save that battery. To try and make an attack later in this stint.
Yeah, as you're saying, you need to gain that battery back. In this DRS train, you don't have to burn the gap behind you is big enough. Typical's not planning on making any moves. As of right now, down in 9th place, 10th place, or Typical, soon to be 9th place, he's on right in the back of BRT Lou. He might have fancied the overtake there into turn 8 at Larangina, but he doesn't. He backs out and will follow the Aston Martin through the middle part of the track. Now you can see the train slowly catching now. TF10 2 at the front, cut 3/10 away since lap number 5. They're just going to keep ticking that gap away once the hard component tyre starts gripping up a bit more. Come lap number 16, 17, they're going to make pit stops anyway. Today shouldn't be far away from his pit stop. They actually cut 2/10 there in that middle system. Maybe the soft component tyre is taking a big hit now, as you can see. Lou's maybe getting overtaken by FRT Typical, who's burning his battery. Typical's going to go around the outside now, down the straight towards turn number 1 at the curve of 1, and Typical is through into P9. Lou's soft component tyre strategy really not working now.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, yeah, the initial positions he's just gaining, he's now going to just begin to lose. And again, burning that battery early on has not helped him either. Typical saving his battery for the most part, and well, it's just a very easy move, and now he can set his sights on probably just staying in this train now behind Furious and Kazi. He's got ahead of the soft tyre runner, so maybe he'd try to pull a gap to Luz, but obviously we'll see what Luz's pace is like. He's now going to come under threat from the second NVR driver of David.
Yeah, I tell you what, Venom's struggled a little bit there for that first and middle, start of the middle sector. Now, the lessons closed up a lot to the back of him. Venom and Ogwyn kind of falling away a little bit from Sam, not too much, though they are about 6/10 of a gap, so it's nothing to really worry about for now for teams who's out, but 4th and 5th so far for them, holding place pretty well. Sam and Gabor, are now ticking away that gap on today. The soft component tyre have now hit that drop off point, so it's going to be yeah, I know they're like the soft component tyre, the drop off really hit now, it seems. For both Lou and Toody. Lou's obviously seen it more as he's now down in 10th, but Toody's gap, as we said, it was 3 seconds and was 2.5 at the start of last lap. Now it's almost 1.9.
And there we go. Well, there goes Lou now side by side with David, trying to get the move done to try and get ahead of the BRT man. And do you know what? Lou just backs off, going into turn on David, although having a massive tank slapper there through the exit too, and through the center S's. Actually, Lou retakes that P10, but here comes TF10 down now, taking one driver, taking the second driver, and well, a bit of a mistake there from David. Lou trying to regain his position back, but instead it's TF10 Dan who takes the benefit and takes 2 places.
Yeah, Dan seen the inside line early, so we've seen that mistake from Dawood. He ran wide at the corner. Lou thought about it as well, but Dan sneaking in from Dawood's mistake and taking 10th place for Team TF10. Currently are 110 for those guys, having a pretty strong race so far after looking to see if they can replicate what they did in Baku with that 1-3. Ogwyn now closing up to FRT Sam. Sam is, I guess you can see the gap's kind of actually gotten bigger again now, Bob. It's just a weird one that's going on right now. I'm not sure what's going on. They've all got the battery to use if they feel like it, but Ogwyn now using a bit of battery. Might fancy to get past FRT Sam. He's burning. Look at Sam now being forced into the move on Gabor, and Ogwyn might go for second as well. Here comes Ogwyn. Maybe go for second, maybe go for third, sorry. He's going to go on the inside line of Gabor. Gabor's going to be put on the worst line, but he's going to have a better exit. Through turn number 3 they go, and Gabor holds the bike. Oh no, almost puts it in the left hand side wall, but keeps it going straight for now. That's going to lose him a little bit of time and a bit of momentum, but it looks like Ogwyn. Ogwyn's going to go alongside Gabor and almost make an overtake. What happened to Gabor there? The back end just stepped out on him completely.
I'll tell you what, though, that is good reactions from Ogwyn, because if he doesn't put on the brakes there, that's it. That's him with damage, and that is his race potentially over and done with. So, well held initially by Gabor for the mistake, but good reactions from Ogwyn. And at least with Ogwyn, he had his teammate behind him, so he wasn't going to lose out in any places. So in the end, no harm, no foul. But that gap again now between the top two, now that Sam's in P2, now under 2 seconds for the first time since lap 2.
Yeah, I'm really not too sure what's going on. The gap really isn't going down as much. You said it was half a second in a lap on lap number 8. Come lap 10, it's the exact same. What's happened to the train? Is it getting slower? Are people starting to attack a bit more? I'm not sure what's happened, but Venom, they're dropping back as well. They're going to go for it again, it seems, at the front here. Gabor going for second place, Ogwyn going for third. It might happen this time though.
Oh.
Sam's on the outside line. He hits him on the back. Is Ogwyn going to get through on the inside there on Sam? He does get through, and Sam gets him that third place. They've lost a little bit. They actually gained a bit of time now, sorry. On TF10 2D at the front. Maybe lost a little bit how hard they were. Battling over the spin for Sasha Andre.
Yeah, Sasha and Simbarox 1, I think, both came together as Ogwyn and Sam side by side through 4. And Venom takes the position from Sam. Sam's going to be on the inside, though, into this double right hander, but Venom hangs it around the outside. Good teamwork there from Shazoo. Ogwyn just closing the door on Sam, so he didn't have anywhere to go, and Venom just says, thank you very much, and Shazoo, great teamwork there. Both of them moving up a position.
Yeah, good you said, good teamwork. All both moved up just that one place, but it's so much more crucial points for what they need. A third and fourth currently for Team Shazoo, but they are 7.5 tenths back on Gabor, so definitely not be overtaken on this lap. But they have cut that gap by 2 tenths. But once again, for the part where they should be gaining bobbers, they're just not gaining that middle sector.
Exactly, and you know what? Chudi's battery, he's not been using it, I don't think, and his battery is actually in good condition, or in a good percentage. As they're Furious now going for the move on Kazi. Kazi's going to defend on the inside line into turn 1 and through the center S's. Oh, but he has a massive snap. He just keeps it out the wall, but that's well, that's Kazi now down into. Is his teammate Luger to go ahead of him? The answer is yes. Kazi going from the middle to the back of that train, and that is not what BRT needed.
Yeah, Carsey on the left-hand side, maybe put in the grass slightly, battling away with Furious, but Furious has got through. Carsey ended up in a lot worse position. BRT, crucial points being lost by the lap, it seems. Carsey, yeah, lesson, because he's closing up here on FRT Sam. Sam looks to be the biggest struggler in this hard train, Bob. It's on the split between Lou and Tootie and the softs. People saying, Bowman saying Sam is selling, but I don't think he's selling. I think he's just really struggling now with the tyres kind of wearing down a bit more. The pit lap isn't too far away, it seems. If they should be pitting maybe lap 16 to 19 through that kind of range. Maybe the overcut might be preferred for later on having the better tyres, but that gap to Tootie finally being closed up by Gabor.
Indeed, it is that, you know, that, yeah, like I said, that gap now down to 1.2 seconds. Surely it's going to be the next lap then that Gabor is going to get within that DRS, and then, well, that's Judy's lead all, well, gone quite, you know, in a very short space of time. Then the one thing I have noticed, Ross, I'm sure you've seen it yourself, is this train has now become an 11-car train. With that incident that happened, as Jacobs now have gone for a spin, I think at turn 1, I'm guessing he's had contact with David or Easton. I'm not too sure.
I believe it was, yeah, I think it may have been with Simba or Easton, one of the two. Because they've all kind of collided and it's all kind of clumped up at the back there, having a big massive battle. But I'm just watching Gabor now cut down this gap through the middle sector where he should be gaining. Hopefully, by the end of this corner, for Gabor's sake, he's going to be in that DRS range. Today has 85% ERS at the front. I tell you what, been fantastic driving so far from the Romanian. If he can keep this up, it should be an easy win for TF10.
Quite possibly, but obviously the one thing we got to bear in mind, as we all know with this game, is that, yeah, Judy's probably going to go for the earliest stop. He will pull out a bit of a gap potentially, but the drop-off with these tyres and the tyre delta difference is huge. And I just think that he might get caught. But still early days, he's still managed to keep out of DRS. He has burnt a bit of battery to do that. So Gabor stays 1.2 behind. But surely it's only a matter of time. And if I was Judy, I'd as soon as maybe these guys may be getting that DRS, I'd think about pitting, as a few at the back are now starting to do so. Yeah,
a few at the back pulling undercut, why not? You're at the back. I mean, they were a bit of it behind the other train. You might as well try something a bit different. I think it's a bit early though. So you're a little bit too early. 22 laps on medium compound tyre doesn't sound like the nicest driving experience come the last few laps, but as you said at the front now though, Gabor closing 1 second as the gap. Will we finally see him in 9 tenths of him? He is closing and closing. He has 56% ERS to use. Can he just get across that DRS in a 9/10 gap to TF10 Tootie? You can see him gaining through the corners. That bit extra traction coming into play now. It might be really, really close to the line. Not burning to get to. I think he might just be out of it. I think Tootie might have just held on there. They're all going to jump back onto the straight now. Does he have DRS jumping back onto the straight? Come on to lap number 15. He's closed up that gap. He does have DRS. Gabor finally caught up to Tootie. Now we can try and make that overtake on him.
Definitely, yes. Obviously, he's just going to use this next lap to just close in that bit more, maybe go for the move on the next lap. But Yeah, good work there by Gabor, and well, the race is now back on again, up at the front. Um, Looking further in behind, I mean, obviously, well, the top 11 are just going to stay in this train now, just save their batteries as much as they can. You know, they got a 6-second gap back to David in P12 now. It's kind of, well, we've got 2 races going on here. We've got the top 11 and then best of the rest.
Yeah, it's kind of, I said, separating as come the top 12. You said Dawood's kind of in his own. He's in the back of that train, but he's in no one behind him, so he's not much to worry about being there. He's got Liam Hardman obviously just battling away with him now, going for 12th and 13th. Crucial points for TIR, MVR of course need to be that little bit higher, but with BRT scoring so low, it's given TTM, FRT and Shizou and even TF10 a massive chance to gain on Boonga Racing Team. Of course they are only scoring something around 8 and 10 points at best right now for their respective teams, and now it's looking like a big chance for especially Team Shizou, who have just hit the 100-point mark, where they are right now, looking to be very, very good. Venom in a good place with his battery, currently sat on 83%. Ogwyn, I think the same around the end, but 90% for Ogwyn, so possibly this now the chance finally for a change in the lead. Since the start of lap number 1, Gabor retakes the lead of the race.
Indeed, and Furious actually had just briefly dropped out of the 1 second window on his teammate. He has got the DRS back, but that's because his teammate has just decided he's not staying behind Sam any longer and just easily makes a move.
Yeah, see what you say, Sam just breaking up that TTM train now. They were nicely close together, thinking about what they could do to help each other out. But as you said, Sam now up in the 6th place, 45% ERS for Sam currently. A bit battling about between Sim Brooks and Sasha Andre for that final point position, but nothing too relevant as of now. As you said, it's just kind of this top 11 train, Dawood and Liam Hardman, and then the rest of them just kind of struggling at the back currently. But boys, I'm thinking now, 15 laps on sauce. Pit stop's got to be close at some point.
Yeah, I think you're going to be looking at this lap on next lap for the soft tyre runners that could be coming in. If Judy doesn't box this lap, Ogwyn is going to go for the move. In fact, Judy was burning his battery a little bit, so that kind of tells me, is he going to stay out? Is he staying to the inside to pit? Indeed he does. There's your answer. Does Lou follow him in? The answer is yes.
Perfect, Bob. You're a fantastic engineer, because that is exactly... well, you called it on the start of the Sector 3. They've done it perfectly. Tudi and Lou into the pit lane. Medium compound of tyre will be selected by both those drivers. They're in a fresh set, but as we know, they'll be a little bit older come the end of the race. Who's going to react then? Who's going to be the first to say, you know what, I'm going to follow them in, see and try and cover off that undercut attempt? I'm not really sure what the best will be. Of course, Shizou need to think about it, not trying to double stack with Ogwyn and Venom. They want to try and make it sure they're not going to lose too much time staying out, but also try and time it perfectly. They both kind of come out near each other again.
I tell you one thing, this is bad for Tudi. He's just come out of the pit and he's in a 3-car train. So he's going to get held up on his initial outlap here. Yes, he'll have the DRS, but he's going to have to burn his battery to get ahead of Sasha, Simba and Jacob on their much older hard tyres. So Tudi, at the moment, as he goes for a massive lunge down the inside, Jacob saw it coming. He says he's not having that. He's going to stick his nose in on the inside, but Tudi knows he has to be aggressive so he doesn't lose too much time. He's now going to go try and move around the outside of Simbarox 1. It'll take him be on the outside again into John's out. Oh, Simbarox 1 trying to cut across him. Bit of contact. Tudi goes there lawnmowering, but look at the grip difference there on the exit. And now he's going to have the DRS to hope, well, for his sake, hopefully power past Sasha.
Yeah, Tudi really trying to burn through. You've been put on the grass there. You've got Sasha ahead. Sasha won't do much of a defence job there to block him off. Tudi through then into P12, but could that slight touch of the grass and going straight on a bit hold him up a bit more? Gabor though at the front, this train leading the way. I'm sure that lost him a little bit of time. It had to have. Taking the grass is never a good option, and now he's, you know, that dive bomb as well. I mean, thank God Jacob left some space, because if he turned in, at worst Tudi could have had some wing damage there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so he's got to be thankful there that the TIR man of Jacob actually just gave him the space and let him go. But if Tudi was held up any more than what he was, it could have potentially thrown his strategy out the window. One thing we nearly did miss was Furious was looking for a move on Sam going into turn 4, but Sam held it in the middle of the circuit and there was no way through there for Furious. But this it's Furious. He's going for a very early undercut.
Yeah, Furious into the pits. Lap 19 of 36 is when he's going to be onto these medium compound of tyre. Today should come out a good bit ahead of him as of now. He's going to enter the pit lane. Should be about 23 seconds lost in the pit lane. I believe Today's in the fast lap of the race as expected, a 9.9. He flies on through the Senna S. I tell you what, Furious is quite a bit behind him.
Indeed, he is. Yeah, well, as we'd expect. But if I was now this top 8, they have to react. But obviously we got 2 Shizou drivers to 2 FRT drivers in this train. So one of them, without a doubt, is going to have to pit this lap. Obviously, I expect Alessin to pit this lap to obviously try and come through with his teammate. But one of the, either, like I said, one of the Shizou and one of the FRT drivers are going to lose out here, and they're going to have a massive job on their hands to try and catch up to when everybody else makes their stops. Again, this is my guess if I was an engineer, but obviously I'm not engineering.
I tell you what, Bob, it's the exact same situation here for Fury. Trying to get by all these drivers. Sasha on the inside now, defending almost there from Furious. He's trying to just keep out his way, it seems, but Furious kind of got caught up in it all. That's Dan, J, Carsey and Venom now on the pits. Gabor, Ogwin, Alessin and Sam stay out. Typical as well, also staying out. I'm confused why both FRTs have stayed out.
Yeah, that's the one that's got me, is that, maybe Alessin's staying out, not a bad thing. He's still got the DRS on Ogwin. But yeah, both FRT drivers staying out as Ogwin now going side by side with Gabor. He's trying to look right the outside of turn 4. He's obviously wanting track position for when these two make their stops. Gabor just holds on. Obviously, these two do have a bit of history between them. Gabor just holds on for now. But yeah, I'm going to hazard a guess that Typical's the one who's going to lose out because he's not in the DRS of his teammate Sam. And Sam will want to stick with the 3 in front of him.
Yeah, 2 former teammates here leading the way. A lesson down in 3rd so far. As you said, Sam and Typical 4th and 5th. I'm going to guess they're going to be overcutting with Typical now. You no point even pitting him now. You pit Sam first, then you pit Typical. I presume Dawood also staying out. I believe you're going to try to help his teammate out as best as he can. Ogwin and Gabor, though, they are into the pit lane as Alessin react. Alessin stays out. Sam pits. Typical stays out as well. How is Today getting on is my question though. He's going to fly on down the straight now. Where will he come out in terms of where these guys in the pits are? You can see Gabor on his way out so far. He can be so close. Come the pit exit. We know he loses about 23 seconds on that pit lane exit. Today though is through right now. Gabor's on his way out from the pit lane. He can be a bit behind, but definitely Today will take the lead of the race once more. But 4 laps of a difference of tyres.
Indeed, yeah. I'm actually looking at where Gabor's going to be in relation to Furious, and obviously then you got Venom and Lou, and well, these guys have all undercut. Lou has got the undercut to work, but obviously now he's got the 4-lap older tyres, and he's already been caught by Furious and Venom, and I'd probably expect Gabor at least in the next lap or 2 to catch up to him as well. But that Tudie's gap is only 4 seconds to Furious with 15 laps to go. That's more than catchable.
100%. I definitely can see that being caught. I'm more concerned for Today. 4 laps more. It's a big hit. That's almost 10%, 12% tyre wear alone. Throw that on the end of the race when it's 60% versus 50% tyres. It all adds up in the end. So I'm not sure about how early they did pit Today in terms of that self-competent tyre strategy. But Alessin Typical finally into the pit lane. Alessin will have probably the freshest tyres out of everyone. They go with Furious and Dawood. Dawood into the pit box for Novice Racing. He's done what he can to help his teammate out. Lou currently there just trying to see what he can do to help out Carsey. Carsey in 11th place so far, but he's going to jump to 9th place once those guys do make that pit stop. Alessin on his way out for the pits. He's going to be a bit behind and he's going to be caught in that traffic as well.
Indeed, yeah. As Furious has, I think, been burning his battery quite a bit. That gap has come down to 3 seconds now between himself and Judy. Judy does have more battery. He'll probably save it as much as he can to try and help defend later on in the race. But it's going to be now Furious and Venom, who have got a little gap now to Lou already. That just shows the difference in tyre wear and tyre freshness. And Lou is already out of the DRS of Furious and Venom, and he's now got Gabor and Ogwin on his tail.
Yeah, Furious 20% battery in 3rd. But I tell you what though, ballers, I've just with 14 laps to go. They're only 2.9 seconds away from Today. I think this might be more of a can Today hold a podium. Never mind the win, because the tyres are going to be so worn.
Exactly. He's going to hope that Lou does a bit of a job here for him and holds him up, but Lou's actually not even bothering to defend the inside of Gabor. Gabor just says thank you very much, and I'm going to expect Ogwin with the DRS not even having to use his battery, sets the fastest lap of the race, goes down the inside into turn 1, And Lou, unfortunately, I think is just going to continue going backwards.
Yeah, he tried to stay out, do what he can for BRT, and I tell you what, it's not looking like to be a successful day for Bunga Racing Team at all. They're going to see what they can do to keep in this gap with the rest of them. He's in 1.5 seconds from Sam, but Sam also has got 4 lap fresher tyres. Liam Hardman joining XR Ablett with a 3-second time penalty to his name. That is also something we should count in here, Bobbers. Some of these drivers haven't a couple of warnings to their name when the tyres start to wear out a bit more, the understeer kicking in. Could we maybe see a penalty or two coming to this top 5 play? I mean, it's definitely possible. Gabor now catching up into Furious into that DRS range. Venom's only 2.7 over 2 to make it 2.5. I tell you what, they might just catch in the next 5 laps or so.
Yeah, it seems to be a few tenths at the moment per lap. Again, Chudi's not using any battery; he is saving. Um, I think if I was Venom, I would maybe swap with Furious every lap with the DRS, unless he's confident enough in his own pace, just so he can also save some battery. But we're pretty much back as we were once again with this train from second down to, well, now 10th, because typical going that extra lap is 3.7 seconds off the train. And unfortunately, I think FRT's strategy has not worked out for typical.
Yeah, it's really not working out so far. 3.6 seconds back in the train, but does have the freshest tyres in a lot of them, like a lesson does. A lesson, I don't think you can count him out just yet. I do think he's
No,
got a
yeah,
bit in him to try and
I think he
catch up.
does as well.
4 laps, 3 laps, 7 laps from Lou, as you said, that Lou should keep dropping back. This, honestly, it could go either way here of how it works. A lesson's got to try and get past cleanly and not use much battery, because by the end of the race, he needs to have a bit of battery to try and make some overtakes. Because those fresh tyres, aiming is to make the overtakes near the back end of the race.
Yeah, I completely agree with you 100%. The difference is with the lessons typical is the lesson was still in the DRS train. That's why he's managed to stick in with it, whereas typical hasn't been so lucky. And I think, in all honesty, typical he's kind of just going to have to hope something to happen in front of him because he's not gaining, he's not losing, he's just holding position. But Dan now has dropped out the DRS out of Sam in front of him, and Alessin is going to just say thank you very much. And the same with Sam on Lou down the inside into turn 1, and the FRT man gets the job done, much fresher tyres, and lets him back into P6.
Yeah, I what, Furious as well getting through on Venom. Venom having none of it though. He's gone back down the inside on TTM Furious. Into the Desiro de Lago at turn number 4. Furious got by at turn number 1. And he exit at turn 4. Venom is back ahead and into second place for Team Shizu. Furious will hold on third for now. Gabor just in behind. Ogween's in 5th as well. And then FRT Sam ticking away at that gap though. It's originally 1.5 seconds. Now just ticking away and see what he can do and keep up with Ogween ahead. Can I tell you what, if Sam can get in this train, do not count him out of stealing a 4th place for FRT. You said typical, bit of a less of a strategy call, but Sam has worked out pretty nicely indeed, keeping him in this train, seeing what he can do. Look at the gap now between Today and Venom Bobbers. 1.7 seconds is between those two. There's going to be 10 laps. Today, he's going to have like probably, I'd say, about 7 or 6 laps to try and hold the lead for as long as he can.
Well, can he hold the lead that long? I don't see. I really don't see it's happening. As Furious once again going down the inside of Venom there into turn 1, swapping places again with the DRS. But this is just allowing Gabor to close it a bit closer. Gabor now going on the battery. I think Venom has realised this, and Furious is defending to the inside line. I'm guessing he doesn't want Gabor to overtake him and obviously lose another position. He's just maybe wants to try and work with Venom. But look at that gap now, 1.3, 1.2 to Chudy. Can Venom get within DRS at the end of this lap?
Yeah, Sam also almost in that DRS as well, just the fighting. Oh, look at then the Gabor and Furious running outside now, going to the Pinarino at turn number 9. Gabor on the outside, Furious on the inside. Furious will hold position for now. Venom is almost in the DRS, and I tell you what, this is all wrong from TF10. Once again, it's a TF10 disaster class strategy. They're throwing away what could have been a race win. He's a second. No, in the DRS, sorry. Venom has got the DRS, surely.
He's got it.
Coming up to the bit now, yes, surely. He's got the DRS detection point, and this should be it for today. Now it's just a case of what can he hold on to, and as you say now, Ogween and Gabor going wheel to wheel towards turn number 1. They're closing up on Furious ahead, but Ogween is far enough ahead to get ahead. But look at Gabor on the outside, with to go on the inside line at the Senna S. He backs out and will hold 5th place.
Honestly, I thought Gabor went too far to the right then, and I thought he was just about to lose the rear of the car by going onto the grass, but that was just about millimetre perfect. And I say one thing we need to make a note of is that Lou has now dropped to the back of this train on his 10 lap. Been on those tires now for 10 laps, just like Chudy. I think this is game over for Chudy. I mean, look at this Venom now all over the back of him.
Yeah, the soft compound tyre looked so good at the start, but then the mediums came, and look how much he's fallen down. As you said, I don't think it's a case of can he win, it's a case of can he hold on to anything really for the big points over TF10. They've got Dan J in 8th place who can hold on to something. He's only on 7 lap old mediums, but yeah, as you said, Blue's really dropping, and he dropped 1.3 seconds. That's 3/10 this lap alone. Today won't be far away from it. Here comes Venom now anyway. DRS going to be activated now for the Red Bull car, and the Team Shizou looking to get the lead of the race finally. He's got the advantage, the slipstream in it, he's got the DRS open, down the inside goes Venom, and into the lead of the race goes Shizou, Venom, and Ogween is just in behind them.
Yeah, Ogween's probably going to try and follow him through, maybe burn the battery, well, maybe not punish Chudy, but use it as a shield maybe for Venom. Chudy half looking down the inside on Venom, but he's not going to make the move. He wants to skin that DRS. He knows he's not got the pace now on everybody around him. He'll want to do the best that he can, but look at this, the top nine drivers separated by 3.1 seconds. Any one of these top 9 can still win this race.
That would add in his name to the 3-second time penalty gang, and you see Gabor as well, and Furious going wheel to wheel once again at the Pinarino at turn number 9. Gabor's on the inside, lets him, and Gabor's through. But look at Furious back on the inside on turn 11 at the Bico Tapato, going to go down towards the long right-hander, the left-hander, sorry, Magulo, and Gabor is now ahead of Ogween, sorry, ahead of Furious now, chasing down Ogween for 3rd place. This race is going to get better and better with every single lap. Through turn 14 they all go then. It's Venom, it's Today, but it won't be Today for long though, because look at Ogween, he's burning that battery, he's got the DRS. Oh, look at Toody on the outside though on Venom. Ogween's going to go through on the inside, he might go for the move on Toody into turn number 1, he's going to go for it, oh he might tap him, he just avoids contact with the Alfa Romeo. It's a Shizou 2-3, but Toody will not be able to hold this on for long.
Well, you'd have thought not, but these two have got to work together. They have to be smart about this. They can't just, one of them can't be ahead and the other one then can't not get through. They have to be smart. They've got to block Chudy somewhere, overtaking him in an obscure place maybe, just to try and catch him off guard, because if this doesn't work for them, Gabor is there to pick up the pieces in right behind them, because he himself making that move on Furious is now obviously same lap old tires as Sam and Ogween. So he's still looking in a very good position, as I think, Sam actually hit at the back of Furious there, ever so slightly, but I think Furious might actually be starting to struggle in this train.
Tell you what, a lesson is getting welcomed right into this fight here for maybe even a 4th place finish. That extra lap could be all the difference in him making the overtake on Sam, and maybe not this lap. He's got DRS to open up, and Sam also, but he's burning all his battery as Sam to try and defend from Alessin, who's got the advantage going down the straight. Alessin might fancy us on the inside line. He's not going to do it now. Might fancy it down the Retro Aposta though. But they all go through. Turn at number 1, 2, 3 again. It's Shizou still sat in 2-3. Is Venom and Ogween going to go for it? Sorry.
Allison going for the move. Allison going for the move.
Alessin finally going for some sort of move here on FRT Sam. Sam's going to try hold it for all that he can, but Alessin, fresher tyres, more battery, he's through.
Sam! Oh my word, he just caught too much curb on the exit, nearly sent his car into the wall as TTM, team orders there. Obviously, had to be done. Furious has 3 lap older tyres compared to his teammate. That had to be done just so they could have any chance of a podium or even a win here. But Sam almost binning it for FRT there. That was almost tears.
Goodness me, I saw the fishtail in the background.
Those trousers will be brown. I can guarantee that.
I seen the fishtail in the background. I didn't really think it was much, but as you said, it was a lot bigger than what it was. Back onto turn number 14 and allowing down this long start-finish straight once more. Will there be any sort of manoeuvre yet? Gabor is closer now to Venom compared to the last few laps. Ogween's closing again on Toody. He might go down the inside on Toody now. He's a lot closer than he usually has been. He's down the inside. Sorry, around the outside he's going to switch to now through turn number 3. But again, no move happening. It's now the time though. Look at Venom's exit. It's fantastic coming out of turn number 3. Ogween isn't that great though. He might go down the inside at the Retro Aposta, going towards the Sierra del Lago. Once again, Shizou just sitting behind. Do they feel, Boberts, that they can just get it done in the last lap?
that can only be the strategy that they're thinking of. But they have to be careful because, they're lucky that Gabor is thinking the same thing and going into turn one, just easing off the throttle completely. But so at some point, someone behind, probably Alessin, I'd have thought, will go for a move on Gabor. And Gabor will have to react and attack the Shizou drivers. As a bit of a mistake there, I think, by Venom going into the to the hairpin. But it's 5 laps to go here. This is still anyone in this top nine's race. But I do see there being some tears at some point. I can't see this staying this clean for this long.
Yeah, no, it really can't be the same. And now I think it might be the time though for Shizou. Look at Ogwyn closing on the inside line. He's through on Today, but can Venom follow him through this time? He is alongside. Venom has to go on the inside with his teammate almost there. Into turn one they go. Shizou have made it a 1-2. What a move it was. Ogwyn and Venom are through. They need to defend from Today down this straight now. It looks to be pretty easy stuff. I tell you what, this could be a runaway job.
Quite possibly. Chudy getting close though to the back of Venom. Is he thinking about moving down the inside? The answer is no. But to be honest, Shizou have got the right driver out in front. They've got the driver with the better battery out in front. So hopefully now that, like you said, this could be a bit of a runaway job. And can they get a 1-2 here, which is much needed points? Gabor will obviously do his best to not allow that to happen. He will attack Chudy at his nearest opportunity. As Venom having a little bit of a snap there, coming through the middle sector. But this race is now, if it wasn't already heating up, the afterburners are now on.
We've got ourselves a 5-lap sprint towards the finish line for these teams. TTM in 5 and 6, TF10 in 3rd and 7th currently, Shizou in a 1-2, and MVR, they have a 4th and a 12th currently with MVR down there. But Gabor still fighting away here at the front. Here comes Gabor though. He fancies his chances at looking at the podium as early as lap 33 or 36. He might go down the inside. He's not going to get Today though on the inside of Venom. Where's that move came from? All of a sudden Today wants to get his elbows out and see if he can get something done, but
That's
not forget. But look at Gabor, the exit on turn 3 is so much better. He's got DRS, forcing Today to burn the RS, exactly what he had to do. Today's tyres cannot be in a good condition now. These last 3 laps are so crucial for TF10 and Today to try and hold what they can.
Definitely, as Typical and Lou having their own battle now, down for P10. Typical still 3.5 seconds off the train at the top 9, but his teammate Sam, haven't realised this, has now dropped to the back of the train. So even though he's got the fresher tyres to Furious, to Dan and to Kazi, Sam has been struggling on this medium compounder tyre. I don't think he's got damage or anything. I just think he's struggling for pace.
Yeah, I mean, it seems currently that as you said, Sam was just he started second place. You remember he started second to place, now down in 9th place on the second set of freshest tyres. We have of course a less than 11-lap-old medium compound tyres, and he's just made them work. And as I said, I think Alessin should be chasing a podium here. He's really not far away from it. Gabor's closing up though. Now going for a chance on TF10 Today. Nothing much that Today can do here. He might have just caught the back of him, of the Red Bull ahead. He got away with it though. He's up into 3rd place. Today's in 4th. Alessin might also fancy his chances at getting through into 4th place, chasing down Gabor for what might be a podium so crucial for TTM.
Definitely, yeah. I actually just got confirmation by Harvey in the chat saying that Sam was actually hit by either Dan or Kazi, and that's why he's lost out on not 1 but 2 places. So unfortunate there for Sam. Obviously, still a long way to, well, I say a long way to go. We've got 2.5 laps to go. But always he gets close to the back of Kazi. It actually hits Kazi going into the right-hander there. So Sam now getting a bit aggressive, but the wheel, the elbows are starting to come out now. Getting that move done in Chudy, and he's now got the 2 Shizou drivers in front of him. What can Ogwyn and Venom hold on for this 1-2? What can they do? Can they hold off the fast-charging Gabor?
This really could be something to look into towards the end of this race. Look at Alessin now, using the battery to his advantage on TF10 Today. The 5-lap fresher tyres for Alessin, going for the move for 3rd place potentially. He's closing up. Today's going to burn and try and get through. Look at Today defending the line. Look at Alessin though, all the way around the outside on Gabor as well probably. He's on the inside lane of Gabor to the S. Today's been spun round. He's all Gabor's round. Gabor's spun round. What's went wrong there? First it was Today and now it's Gabor. Was it a double kill by Alessin? I'm not too sure what's happened, but something's went wrong. Bobbers, did you catch it?
I was on board with Chudy going into turn 1. Obviously, Alessin with the fresher tyres tried to hang it round the outside, and he left enough space, but I think Chudy just understeered into the side pod of Alessin and hit his rear tyre, which sent him round. As for the second one, I think again, I think that was actually definitely more on a lesson. He just caught the back of the back of Gabor. That was all she wrote, and obviously Furious has now got as a result. Shizou, can they? I mean, well, that gap was actually 9 tenths. Furious has just closed in massively. They've obviously made a mistake somewhere on this lap. But can they hold on for 1-2 with what was unlikely? And they've got the two TTM drivers now right on their heels.
This is getting really, really close. Got one more lap of race, and then Furious is burning. He's closing. He sees the flashing rear diffuser of Venom's going to go on the inside of his teammate now to make sure he doesn't hit him. They do. Smart driving in from Shizou, and it's going to be TT and Furious against Shizou. Ogween is out in front. Venom is going to hold. They have to block it, as you say, Bobbers. They've got to block it off. The hope will be in your eyes, Bobbers. I know it's going to be there. Can Shizou just hold on and keep such a fantastic 1-2 it would be for the team? And what a great race it would be for them if they can just gain those points. It's 50 points in the championship. It enters them right back into the championship fight. And Ogween and Venom are currently 1-2 on the McLaren. Almost puts them round into a spin on the exit of turn number 7. It's getting so close to the middle sector now. Furious closing up to the Red Bull cars, but not enough. A lesson's also been entered into this fight as well. Can possibly be the difference between having DRS and not. Look at the gap between Ogween and Venom. Has Venom made a mistake? They've got one more corner to attack.
He's got to let off the gas.
He's got to help his teammate out. They go through it's the final corner at Junção. Is it going to be the day of Team Shizou? They've got Furious behind chasing them down. It's Furious. It's Venom. Could it be? Who's it going to be? He's got DRS both of them. But it looks to be the winner though. It's Shizou, Ogween and Team Shizou that win in Brazil. And Venom is going to hold on for Team Shizou. 1-2. Bowers is absolute limbs in the commentary box. Furious in a less than 3-4. Dan J home in 5th.
What? That is the result. That is the result we needed. I mean, Furious gave it a good go there, but that little tap through the middle sector just cost him any chance. And that is what the doctor ordered there for Team Shizou. That has not quite recovered the losses from the first few rounds, but has certainly helped maximum points. And the fight is on. The fight is on. Obviously, a good effort from TTM, finishing 3rd and 4th. The championship. No, sorry, not yet. No, they're not championship leaders, are they? What am I on about? But that will certainly help them. Actually, they might actually take the championship lead if I'm not mistaken, Ross.
No, Carsey will deny them. I think it's Cars because Carsey scored decent because they were like 11 behind. So I think Carsey denies them that opportunity. It'll be close, but the stewards will have a say in it, I am sure. But what a day for Team Shizou. Bobbers, you're buzzing. Smeggy is buzzing in the chat, and rightly so. A team that scored 20 points in their first 3 races have scored 52, I believe it is, or maybe even more than that. I'm not sure what the 1-2 part is, but all I know is it's around 50 points for Team Shizou today. A massive point haul and a needed point haul. They should be maybe even a 4th place now for Team Shizou, who, by the way, were 6th before this race.
Exactly, and at one point we're actually down in 9th in the standings, I believe, as well, at the beginning of the season. So this is, like I said, ever since that win in Spain, the revival is on, and it can only hopefully go onwards and upwards for Team Shizou. Obviously, we can't, discount anybody else. Obviously, unfortunate for Gabor there, who certainly will have a few words to say with a lesson potentially. Same with Chudy as well. I mean, who knows where they could have finished if that didn't happen. But, Dan managed to get at least 5th place for Team TF10. Kazi getting up into... I mean, BRT actually gained out of that, considering, they were at the back of that train. And, the fact... Well, obviously, Lou wasn't in there at the end eventually, but the fact that Kazi at least managed to get a P6 for BRT is at least a result, somewhat of a result for them.
I tell you what, I'm thinking now, if a lesson does pick up a penalty, Bobbers, it could be up into 3rd. It could be up into 3rd
Quite possibly.
For Team Shizou. I'll say it does depend on the rest of the field, but what a race in the end, ladies and gentlemen. Shizou 1-2, TTM 3-4, FRT picking up some good points on 7-8. Disaster for MVR, 11 and 13th for Novice Racing today. The reigning champions struggling in Sao Paulo. Las Vegas next week, though, is something to really look forward to. Who's going to be fielded? We have new rosters coming in during this week, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining myself and ESV Bobbers this week. Once again, Bobbers is going to be off with a happy face tonight. Thank you for tuning in. We will see you all next week.